Time. Here we go. All right, we're going to talk about some ways that you are being unprofessional and you might not even realize it. And the more unprofessional we are, the less business we get. Simple math. Okay, I thought long and hard about that one. All right, so that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, like I always am. I'm going to say some things today that you're not going to agree with. And you're going to say, oh, Robert, that's not that bad. And you're allowed to disagree with me. We're all adults. That's okay. All right. But all I'm asking you to do is just consider looking at it from the angle of the client. Okay. That's all I'm asking you to do when we have this conversation. All right. So we'll make sure that we're looking at it from this angle. My promise to you as well, I was told today, I was not told, I was asked if I could cut back on the curse words, which is funny because I don't feel like I curse very often. And usually when I do, it's to try to motivate you, like get off your ASS and go to work. Okay. But I was asked today if I could cut back on that. So my goal for today is to not use any curse word for the next 30 minutes, of which I will then mute myself and say, that was a good class. All right. So, all right. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Here we go. Let's jump into it. These are not written in any particular order of importance. It's just how they're written. You decide what's better. So ways that we're acting unprofessional and we don't even know it. Okay, I wrote down the headline for this one is on the phone. Where on the phone are we acting unprofessional? And we might not even know it. Okay. So let me ask you this. I don't know. Anyone want to take a stab in the dark at what some of these things I may have written out? Maybe things that you've heard in terms on the phone or having to do with the phone where you think that's not very professional.
Well, when we're done saying something, we have a script that we want to say. We have something in our mind that we want to tell the client, and then we're done. So I want to get off the phone. And I heard someone the other day, which I was surprised at, almost anxious to get off the phone with a client at that point.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's a great point, Kevin. We're unprofessional. It's really easy to tell when somebody is trying to rush you off the phone, yes or no. Very easy to tell. So I want you to think about something. Are you really, 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 really that busy where you have to rush people off the phone? Or can you take an extra 25, 30 seconds to politely end the phone call? Because it's a great point that Kevin brings up. I hear it all the time. And look, I'm probably guilty of it sometimes. Okay. But you have to make sure that you're not in a, okay, yeah, okay, good. All right, well, then I'll call you later. Yeah, no, I'll get back to you. Okay, bye-bye. Like, it's like, okay, like you're just trying to rush me off the phone. Like, let's do this the proper way. There's a guy I know in New Jersey, and he's the opposite of rushing people on the phone, where he just ends the phone call without saying anything. So I'll call him, and his name's Bob. And if I go out there, I'll say, all right, Bob, so I'm just leaving the airport. I'm on my way to your house. What time are you going to be there? I'll be there around 3:30. Bob? And then I'll call him back and what do you want? Oh, I thought we got disconnected. No, we didn't get disconnected. You said you're going to be here at 3:30. Well, I thought you would say bye or okay, see you then. No, Robert, I got all the information I needed. Okay. So he's the opposite of rushing people off the phone. But don't rush people off the phone. Good stuff. So here's a couple others that I wrote down here. You don't have a personal voicemail set up. So when people call you, the voicemail is the automated service of you've reached a voicemail for 909-210-3344. You are a professional salesperson. you should have some sort of personal voicemail. Hey, you've reached Robert, leave a message. Okay. Like it just seems lazy. It seems somewhat unorganized that you don't have a personal email. You can't take the time, effort, and energy to just create a short personal voicemail message for the people that are calling. I don't want to hear an automated version of, the number I'm dialing. I'm well aware of the number I dialed. Okay. So I wrote that down. The second thing I wrote down here is your voicemail is full. You go to leave a voicemail. Sorry, voicemail box full. Try a call again later. Now imagine being a client. I'm interested in selling my house or buying a house. I call you, you don't answer, and I can't even leave you a voicemail. Now put yourself in those shoes. You are looking for an insurance agent to put insurance on your house because State Farm has decided to leave the home insurance business in the state of California, which is true. They did. Okay. So you're called, well, wow, I need insurance on my house. I need insurance on my house. Let me call this person over at Allstate. And you call them and they don't answer and says voicemail box full. Are you going to be somewhat annoyed and frustrated that you couldn't even leave a voicemail for this person? Yeah. And most likely, what are you going to do? Go call another insurance agent. Because just like real estate agents, I can find an insurance agent anywhere. I can find an insurance agent in the same office. All right. So make sure you are reviewing your voicemails and deleting voicemails so that way your voicemail box is full. Okay. Third thing I wrote down as unprofessional on the phone. Now, some of you, this is going to annoy you. This is the one that's going to annoy some of you because I know you have it on your voicemail. And it's not that I don't love you and I don't appreciate you, but this is something that you have to think about from the eyes of the client or the ears of the client. For a faster response, text me. I don't know if you all understand how unprofessional that is because there is no other way to tell people faster that you do not want to talk to them. Because is the faster response to text? Is that really the faster response? What is the faster response?
How about answer the phone?
Answer the phone. That really. All right. Let's get a stopwatch out. Hey, Robert, just calling to get a check in on the appraisal. Oh, yeah, you know what? It's not in yet. Should be in this afternoon. As soon as it comes in, I'll give you a call. Sound good? Sounds great. All right. Talk to you then. Or, hey, Robert, just wanted to get an update on the appraisal. Send. Wait. Robert gets it. Oh, hey, John. Appraisal should be in this afternoon. I will call you when I get it. Sound good? Send. Wait. Oh, got it. Okay, sounds good. So which one was faster? The faster response is to just answer the phone. So one, for a faster response, text me is a lie. So you're a liar. Good job. Lying to your clients. That's exciting. And it's ultimately saying, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to have a verbal conversation with you. So send me a digital message so I can decide when and how I respond. That's what you're telling people. Or you have that set up because you are so busy. I'm so busy. I can't possibly bother with just answering my phone. I'm just too busy. You have to send me a text message it kills people's confidence with that one particular line. For a faster response, text me. You all keep it if you want, but don't be upset when clients move on to somebody else because it's a bold-faced lie. All right. Faster response, text me. All right. The last thing I put down here on the phone is when your voicemail says, "Oh, sorry, couldn't take your call. I must be with a client." Or, "Sorry, couldn't take your call. I'm with a client. I'll call you back." Because that could be the only possible reason you wouldn't answer your phone. So also a bold-faced lie. Do you sometimes not answer your phone because you're busy with a life thing that has nothing to do with clients? Do you sometimes not answer your phone because you're spending time with your family? Do you sometimes not answer your phone because you're so enthralled by the trainers in this company that you wouldn't dare answer the phone in the middle of a training class? Worse. But you put on there, "I'm with the client." Now, not only does that a lie, but to the person calling you, what message does that send to them? "I'm with the client, so I couldn't answer my phone." What message does that send to them?
The other client is more important.
The other client's more important, and I'm too busy. Too busy to answer my phone. I'm with clients. Okay, well, good for you. Well, I'm going to call someone who's not with a client that maybe has time for me. This person over here is more important than you. I'm blatantly telling you that. And I'm just too busy. I'm just with too many clients. That's what you're telling people when you say that. So you're lying, number one. Okay, that's number one. And you're making people feel unimportant, which is, again, the key thing of sales is MMFI. MMFI. What does MMFI stand for?
Make me feel important.
Make me feel important. That's our job. Make me feel important. I don't feel very important when I call you and your voicemail says, "I'm with a client. I can't talk to you." For a faster response, text me. I don't feel important. But these are little things that we do. Okay. All right. Now I wrote down here, the next headline is social media. Social media. Things we don't even realize we're doing that are unprofessional. If somebody is going to work with us, unless it's a past client that we've used a bunch of times and we could get away with whatever we want. But if it's a stranger or someone that maybe was referred to us but has never used us before, is it possible that they're going to do some research on us before working with us? Probably is. And is social media potentially one of those areas that they're going to find us online? Okay. So I'm not telling you that you don't have to have fun with your friends on the weekend, going out to the lake, having a couple drinks, maybe getting a little looser than what you might normally do. Go out there and have a ball. I might not post that on social media. Right? Because the client who has a $800-900 million house is like, "Well, who is Robert Hertel?" And they search and they're like, "Oh, Facebook. Yeah, let's see what's on Facebook. Oh boy. It's like he's having a really good time out there. Oh, oh no. I don't know, honey. It's $1 million house. You know? But sometimes we get that way on social media because we think, "Hey, it's social media. I'm just having fun. I'm just showing my lighter side." Yeah, you can show your lighter side, but you have to understand that people are judging you. Do people judge more now than they've ever have before? Yeah, very harshly. Very harshly. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. Some of the, I'm not even big on social media, and I get comments sometimes like, I don't even, I was just telling people, go get them. Go get what, you jerk? Like, oh my gosh, people are harsh around here, right? So they're judging you all the time. And so when you're on social media, you think you're having fun, but really it looks unprofessional because you're not doing something that seems ethical or professional for someone doing $1 million, $900,000 house. So you have to be careful what you post because people will deem that unprofessional. But here's the other thing I posted that I wrote down here on social media. This drives me bonkers. And I don't understand why real estate agents do it. Real estate agents who share memes on social media showing how frustrated you are with clients and memes making clients feel stupid. Anyone seen these memes that go around on social media and it's like, you have an open house and the client shows up at the last 5 minutes and the meme is like someone angry and yelling and things like that, right? And they're meant to be funny. Well, isn't my database going to be looking at my social media? Aren't my clients going to be looking at my social media? So now I'm your database and I'm like, oh, look at him. He's posting a meme about how frustrated he is with his client. Oh, that's exciting. Oh, look at that. That's a meme about how he's at an open house and this person showed up 5 minutes before it closed and his head's exploding and he's mad and he's angry. Oh, good. There's an account on social media that's really popular, and I don't understand why real estate agents think this is funny, but it's called the Broke Agent. And it's an entire social media handle where all they do is post memes and comments that are trying to be funny about how frustrating it is being a real estate agent. And I'm like, well, first of all, it's negativity all day long. All your memes are about how negative you are and how frustrating the business is and how much you hate this and hate that. Oh, good mindset to have every day, by the way. And two, your clients are looking at this as you're showing them how frustrated you are with them and how much you hate them and how stupid they are when they ask questions. And you're making memes about this. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you posting that for your database to see how frustrated you are when they ask a question? I see these memes all the time. I think it's the dumbest thing that agents do on social media. There's no reason you should ever post a meme like that. Your database does not find it funny. They find it frustrating. They find it annoying because they go, well, I guess I'll never ask him a question because now I know what he does when I do. Boy, if his open house ends at 2 o'clock, I certainly won't show up at 1:55, even though I might be interested in buying it because, he's going to throw a fit. It's crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. All right. Very good. All right. The next thing, I'm laughing because some of you are going to get mad at me for some of these things. And a couple of you have already left. We started with 30. We're down to 27. I've only gotten through 5 points. I've already annoyed 3 people enough so much that they left. Not trying to be annoying, trying to be helpful. I wrote this down on social media, raving about a price reduction. You go on social media and you have this big post, this big promotion about a price reduction on your listing. Why would you openly tell your database that you can't sell a home? Why would you tell the world that you can't sell a house? Now, even if it's not your fault, the seller was overpriced to begin with. Does the general public know that the home was overpriced to start with? Does your database know that the home was overpriced to start with and you're now just pricing it correctly? No. What are they thinking when you're talking about a price reduction? You couldn't sell it. Couldn't sell it for the price that it was listed. But here we are, oh, price reduction, big bulk, this wonderful opportunity. And your general public's going, oh, you can't sell a house. Couldn't sell a house in my neighborhood. They're looking at you going, all right, well, then check him off the list. Seller wanted 800,000, and now they're trying to, now he's convinced the seller to sell it for 750. We're not interviewing him. Even though you're right, even though you're now pricing it correctly and the seller was wrong to begin with, you are shooting yourself in the foot. And then to then go around the neighborhood and call and door knock and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we just had a price reduction. By the way, when do you plan on selling? Tomorrow, but not with you. You can't sell my neighbor's house. Why would I ask you to sell mine? We rave about these price reductions, which is why it's so important that you're really strong on price to begin with, because then you're going to need this price. And I understand why you do it. You're trying to market the property, right? To try to get engagement, but it's killing you. It's killing you in the eyes of your database, in the eyes of clients and things along those lines, because, you know, you're out there promoting that you can't sell a house. So think about that. All right. Next thing I wrote down here on being unprofessional, okay, has to do with marketing. Marketing stuff. All right. My latest version of people being upset at me. Old headshots. You know, I have to tell you, getting older is part of life. And everybody knows that. And getting older is actually a wonderful thing, because if you don't get older, that means you're dead. So getting older is not a bad thing. So for those of you hanging on to that picture of you when you were 29 and you're now 62, let's perhaps update it a little bit. Okay. Prom photos are probably no longer any good. Okay.
Robert,
Yes.
how often should I update my headshot? I mean,
I would do it. I
mine's
would
like
do
less than
it
5 years old.
I would do it at least every 3 years, unless there was some also change to my physical appearance. So let me give you an example. You took a headshot 3 years ago, you were clean shaven, and then you grew a beard. You should take a new headshot. Okay, because the headshot that they see of you should be the person going to the door. Right? That should be the case. Bare minimum, at least every 3 years. Now, I mean, you could do it every year. There's no harm in it, especially if you work for our company. We have people that go around. We have Rachel that goes around to our offices every couple months to do headshots. Right? But some, I mean, they definitely have to be in color. That's a minimum standard. Okay. I mean, we've got some headshots that are in black and white and not for filter effects. Okay. So old headshots make you seem unprofessional because it's a lie. You're just, that's not who you are. Just be who you are. It's okay to get older. That is not a bad thing. All right. All right. The next thing I wrote down on marketing, outdated marketing material makes you look unprofessional. So I have said this before. For those of you that follow Mike Ferry has an 18-point plan of action, of which some of you take that plan of action and put it in your marketing material for your pre-listing package. Now, there's one thing specifically on that 18-point plan of action that if a client read it today, they would go, wow, this person has not updated their marketing material in a long time. Does anyone know what that part is in the plan of action?
Facts.
Facts. One of the numbers on the Mike Ferry plan of action says you're going to fax a benefit sheets to the top 20 agents in your marketplace. Now, out of curiosity, who here has faxed anything in life in the last in the last couple of years?
I did.
All right. Anyone here faxed a benefit sheet to a top 20 real estate agents in your marketplace?
I had to fax some information because I have two last names to the DRE. Like they held back my license because of that.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. The DRE would still use fax. You are not faxing a benefit sheet to the top 20 agents, but some of you still have that in your plan of action because that's the original 18-point plan of action. Well, you're sending this to a seller and they're going, all right, what are they going to do to get the home sold? Well, they're going to fax. Who are we interviewing? You got outdated marketing materials. Some of you are still using the Century 21 logos from like 5-10 years ago. We've rebranded. You should use some of that stuff, right? This outdated marketing material. You know, what are the, I mean, I saw someone at an open house in our community the other day, and it was like, here's the school district you're in. I was like, that's not true. That was the school district 10-15 years ago. They built 2 more schools since then. But the agent had probably been in business for 20 years, and that was just their standard material. But I'm looking at this going, this agent has no idea what the hell they're doing. So make sure whatever marketing material you're using is updated, is current. All right. Now that goes on your website, that goes on any print material, your social media, anything that you're doing. Make sure that the marketing material you're using is up to date. Okay, because that just makes you look like you are not very professional, not very organized. Which brings me to the next thing on unprofessional with marketing. Any sort of marketing that's in black and white. Okay. Any sort of marketing. If you're going to put a flyer together, better be in color. And it has to be informative. So let me give you the biggest example where I see this is at open houses. You go to an open house and there's a flyer of the MLS listing. Now, first of all, it's a black and white flyer, which is dumb. And number 2, it's an MLS, it's a printout of the MLS listing. Like, can't you get creative a little bit? Couldn't you put something together that shows, you know, something else about the property and not just this MLS printout? But I see that at open houses all the time because I'll go to open houses because I want to, you know, I don't actively sell, but I still like to preview property. And I see it at open houses all the time, just the MLS printout. Like, that's so unprofessional. Now, you already got the listing. I'm sure it'll sell, but the goal of every listing should be to get another deal. Not walking into that open house and being like, wow, this person was really on top of their game, especially when I go to other open houses and I see so much better stuff. So doing these black and white printouts or anything that's in black and white is just outdated. It's not as professional in today's world. And then if you're going to do an open house, just having the MLS printout of it, it's lazy. So you're not really impressing everybody. You got to make sure that you're having some sort of impression on people when they come to your open house. All right. All right. Last couple points here. I wrote down here next on ways that we don't even realize we're being unprofessional. Not communicating when you're going to be late. Not communicating when you're going to be late. Life happens. We're going to be late sometimes, right? This is what it is. Nobody's perfect. Who here is expressive? You're late all the time. Okay, so you should master communicating with people when you're going to be late. You should master it. All right. Not being mean. It's just the nature of an expressive. Everyone's got their flaws. All right. Amiables, communicate when you're going to be late, but don't say I'm sorry 17 times. They got it. Okay. Analyticals, don't give them 10 reasons why you are late. Okay. Drivers, don't tell them you're going to be late, deal with it. Okay. So, got their flaws. All right. But communicate when you're going to be late. Now, here's what, other than being punctual, it's somewhat unprofessional to be late because you want to be punctual, but life happens. The unprofessional part is there's so many ways to get in touch with me. If we think about it, right? Like if I'm going to be late to a meeting, I could call you, I could text you, I can email you, I could call the office and have them relay a message to you. I could send you a WeChat, a HeChat, a SheChat, a WhatsApp, and Who's app, and all these other damn different things that there are available to communicate with people. I could telegram you. I could do all these ways. I could make a comment on your YouTube video. Great video, gonna be late. Like there's so many ways I can communicate with you that I'm going to be late. For you to not utilize any of those is just not a good excuse that you're going to be late. Like there's just so many ways you could do it. Is this making sense to anybody? Right? So you're going to be late. That's okay. All right. Life happens. But to not communicate that you're going to be late, and then when you meet them, you run, oh, I'm so sorry. Obviously you weren't. You didn't even tell me you were going to be late. Don't give me a bunch of crap about you're sorry. You would have at least told me you were going to be late, so I wasn't sitting here like a fool waiting for you to get here. Keep telling the waiter, yes, more bread, please. They're coming, I promise. The waiter's going, yeah, sure, this is going to be a good tip. Getting bread and water. It's fantastic. All right, very good. Very good, very good. All right, good stuff. All right. And then the last thing I wrote down here in ways we don't even realize we're being unprofessional is the basics, right? How you talk, how you dress. How you talk, how you dress. And here's what I mean by how you dress. Well, Robert, in my neighborhood, this is how we dress. So, is it against the rules to be the best dressed person in your neighborhood? Well, Robert, this is a lake community. This is a river community. This is a hunting community. This is a horse ranch community. This is. Don't care what it is. Doesn't give you the excuse to not look professional, because even in a horse ranch community, if they're selling that horse ranch and the 25 acres for $1 million, do they want someone that at least looks somewhat professional? 100%. Okay. So you have to look part. What I wrote down here next, if somebody goes to an open house, they should be able to figure out who the real estate agent is. Because sometimes I go to an open house and I'm not sure. Okay. Well, it's a Saturday, it's an open house, it's hot. I have news for you. It was hot last year, too. And it's probably going to be hot next year and the year after that. And if the heat is too much for you to handle, to where you can't dress professionally and you have to be wearing a workout tracksuit or something to be comfortable in the heat, I would suggest moving. There goes Robert again. He told me I should leave. No, I didn't say that. I said that if the weather is too much for you to handle and you can't put on a professional outfit, this is Southern California, folks. It's hot every year. Okay. Doesn't give you the excuse to wear shorts, a t-shirt, and flip-flops while you're door knocking or going to an open house or going to a meeting or having lunch or something with a client. Like, it doesn't give you the excuse. All right. So, because how you dress is kind of how they look at it. You want to be the best dressed person in the room. You want to be the pro. You want to be the one that's on top of it.
Like,
Right?
come on, right? Come on, hit
There
it.
you go. All the time, baby. All the time. You know?
Duke, I appreciate that.
There you go. There you go. How you dress, right? How you talk. How you talk. Do you talk in slang a lot of times? Do you talk when you're talking to clients? Are you talking professional, or are you, well, this is just how I talk? And if you all don't like it, then you don't have to work with me. Well, that's probably not the right attitude to have. Okay. I don't think I curse very much, but someone told me that I should watch my cursing, so I haven't cursed. Okay, because how you talk makes a difference. So the way that you're doing that, how you want to talk with your friends, your family, do whatever you want. Okay, you can use as much slang as you want. You can use as much curse words as you want. You can make as many jokes about any type of thing that you want amongst closed group people. But how you talk amongst business clients, even if they're path clients, centers of influence, things like that, will make a difference. Okay, and you might not even be thinking about it. But here's where it really comes into play. You might be thinking, why am I not getting more business from my database? And they might be thinking, I don't know, he talks like a fool. Seems like a smart guy, but man, every other word out of his mouth is F this, F that. Using slang all the time. So you might not even realize that your database isn't working with you just because of the way that you present yourself, both verbally and physically. Questions on any of the stuff we went over today?